Hey, Big Papa Pimp, you ready to do a video?
Oh, hell yeah! Dolphins win, baby!
Woo! What is up, know-it-alls? Dolphins win. Let's go!
Oh, yeah. We're talking OT. We're talking last seconds in OT. Dolphins pulling out.
Oh my gosh, the most thrilling game of the season thus far, know-it-alls. That was insane. Way to go, Miami. Guys, we have a lot to talk about, so let's dive into it right now.
Big plays, turnovers, you name it, we got it. Overtime in this game. It's unbelievable against a great Bears defense.
All right, so let's start off there, guys. So the whole week leading up to this, all the Chicago Bears fans in my comments saying that, oh, we can't stop Khalil Mack. We can't stop Akeem
Khalil Mack was neutralized, baby.
All of these guys said, oh, we're going to feast on that O-line. We couldn't block them. There's nothing we could do. I had a bunch of people commenting saying, you can't even double or triple team him because he'll beat the triple team.
Neutralized.
What happened with Khalil Mack, guys? Where are all you guys, all those Chicago Bears fans? Where are you at?
Oh, boy.
Comment down below. Guys, Brock Osweiler in this game. Can we talk about Brock Osweiler for a little bit?
I kind of feel like he looked a little better than Tannehill. I don't get it. How do you bring in a backup and the whole offense opens up? Downfield passing opens up the short screens that we always run that never really work, but in this case, because you stretch the field.
Yeah.
Albert Wilson, who I was a little pissed at that first drive dropping that ball, he made it up to me like tenfold.
with the two long touchdowns?
Yeah. So I forgive him.
Guys, Brock Osweiler came into this game and he started throwing the ball downfield right off the bat. And I think that is huge. If you guys are watching my videos, I have been saying with Tannehill in there, everything is so congested. It's all short passes. When Brock Osweiler's in there, he's throwing the ball down the field and it opened everything up. That's why an Albert Wilson got loose for those screen passes. All those small, short, intermediate passes go for long because now the safeties have to play back instead of creeping up to the line because they know when Tannehill's in there, we're throwing 5-10-yard passes all the time.
Now, you Tannehill truthers might be saying, whoa, Gase finally called a better game. Yeah, you're going to open up your offense for your backup quarterback when you haven't your first-string quarterback? Kind of doesn't make sense, and we have history here. When Matt Moore would come in, all of a sudden, downfield passing, the game would open up. Cutler, even though he wasn't very good, he was still throwing downfield, and big plays were able to happen because of it. With Tannehill, you have to defend 10 or 15 yards. You don't have to defend the whole field. Sorry, you Tannehill truthers, but that's just kind of the way it is. People are saying, oh, well, Gates is calling better plays now. No, he's calling the same plays. The quarterbacks are just choosing to go to one receiver versus another in the huddle, that short pass versus that 10 or 15 yards down the field.
Yeah, that's a good point just because Gase did call a better game. For this game, this is his best play calling so far this season. But that's not a coincidence that Ryan Tannehill wasn't in there. I'm not saying Brock Osweiler is a better quarterback than Ryan Tannehill at all. I'm simply saying that our offense looked better with Brock Osweiler in there. I think Tannehill has more talent, but just the fact that Osweiler has a better deep ball threat and he's more comfortable throwing down the field, and whereas Tannehill isn't so much, it opens everything up for our offense. So just to clarify, guys, I don't think Tannehill's worse than – I don't think Brock Osweiler is better than Tannehill.
Neither do I.
But I think for this game, this offense, we looked better this game with Brock in there.
And I don't think it's because the play calling changed, especially for the backup quarterback.
It was Gase being comfortable with calling these plays.
Right.
Because Brock's in there. Right. So, another TJ McDonald, guys. In the fourth quarter, we were about to go down by 2 scores. I think actually Cohen scored on that play that got called back because Trey Burton got called for the offensive PI, which took him back 15 yards. The very next play, they throw a seam route into the end zone, and TJ McDonald gets a huge pick. That swung the whole momentum of the game.
Could be the turning point.
Guys, if you remember my last videos, I've always said we need to stop big momentum, like high leverage moments in these games. We get too far down. Like we were down and it looked like we were going to be out for the count. And all it takes is one play to swing the momentum back to our side. And that's what TJ did. He stepped up, he made a play, and he took us to that level. So now we are on the offense. So we got the momentum, and everything goes after that.
Hey, why don't we steal from hockey the 3 stars of the game?
3 stars of the game.
Give me your 3 stars. I got my 3 stars.
My 3 stars, I would say definitely McDonald for that swing. Because after McDonald got that interception, the whole game changed. Because it looked like Chicago was going to run away with this at that point, and McDonald took him out. And ever since then, we came back in the game. My second player of the game, I'm going to go with Brock. Brock Osweiler came in there, or no, I take that back. I'm going with Albert Wilson. Albert Wilson had 2 long touchdowns. Of course, we wouldn't have been in the game without those. They were screens that it was basically on him. Brock threw him like a 1 or 2 yard pass screenplay, and he took off after that, and it was 100% on him. So big plays by him won this game for us. And my third player, so I got McDonald, I got Wilson. My number 3 player is not even a player. It's actually a group. I'm going to give it to the O-line. The O-line played great. Frank Gore had 100 yards rushing. First 100-yard rusher on the Chicago Bears. Bears fans, where you at? 100 yards on that defense. Number one defense in the league. Oh, no, there's nothing we can do against the Chicago Bears. Number 1 defense. Get out of here with that. 100 yards of Frank Gore.
How old is Frank Gore?
Like 35.
Oh, my God. 34, 35-year-old running back.
35-year-old gets 100 yards.
Smack down on the 100 yards.
100 yards of the number 1 defense in the NFL. All right. So, and then also, I don't think the Bears had a sack the entire game. I don't think the Bears got one sack.
Not sure.
I don't believe the Bears had 1 sack. I can double check that.
Double check. Let me give you my 3 stars. Well, I'm going to start with Gore. You kind of stole my thunder on that offensive line, which was a good one. Gore with over 100 yards. I think he's actually 34, but maybe he's 35. The old man of the league.
0 sacks.
He still got it. No
Chicago.
sacks. So good job on the offensive line start. I'm going Al Gore, keeping the drives alive on the ground. Definitely Albert Wilson. And then, I got to go with Kenny Stills, baby.
Kenny Stills.
2-point conversion allowed us to tie the game, to go into overtime eventually. I know there was more scores after that. But then he catches the ball. I don't know who the first receiver was. It went through his hands, and then
It was Wilson.
Wilson, almost a hook and lateral.
But he didn't actually touch it. It was the defender. The defender batted it, and then it came up, and then Stills was there to catch the ball.
It still catches the batted ball to continue the drive. He didn't really do that much in the game, but they were just kind of 2 unique plays.
Yeah.
And the 2-point conversion was critical.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise we wouldn't go in overtime.
Yeah, of course. That was huge.
So,
that was massive. And what a play, what a throw by Brock Osweiler. Again, guys, Brock Osweiler, you got to give him credit because he hasn't played in a year. And the last time we saw him, he was the worst quarterback in the league. He played his first game back in a year. He played the number 1 defense in the league. That's a tall task to ask of a guy. He went out there and he won a freaking football game.
Honestly, before the game, I was like, are you kidding me? This guy shouldn't even be on the team.
I thought Fales was better in the preseason. When I saw Fales versus Osweiler in the preseason games, I was all for Fales. I didn't think Osweiler was going to make the team.
I didn't think he should have made the team, but we stand corrected. I'm very critical of Gase, but I give Gase the credit for keeping him as the number 2 guy.
Yeah. And then, guys, just all the credit to our offense. normally we're a defensive team. The defense let up a lot of points. It is what it is. I think we did a lot of bend, not break kind of thing.
We got lucky with some turnovers.
We played good enough, but I want to give a whole lot of credit to Adam Gase because people rip on Adam Gase lately for these last couple of games. I thought he came out with a really good game plan. I thought he had a lot of short dropbacks. It was getting the ball out of Brock Osweiler's hands as soon as possible. A lot of quick runs, screens, slants, out routes, and even the balls that we threw downfield. It got out of his hands really quick. It allowed Osweiler to get a lot of momentum in this game. So further down in the game, he was able to have these long dropbacks, and then he could throw downfield. And so it just eliminated the chance of Khalil Mack and Nix and all these guys, or Hicks, and all these guys from disrupting our offense. We took the game away from them at that point, in my opinion. I think all these quick passes and everything was genius by Adam Gase to slow down that pass rush of the Chicago Bears, which is their strong point.
Yeah, it worked well. We have James, the right tackle, who's not known
average
for being
average at best.
Yeah, average at best.
Yeah.
That's the side Khalil Mack usually lines up. I don't know if they move him around, but that's his base position over there. We didn't hear much from him. And last year when we played Chicago, I believe there was no not Chicago, Oakland, when Khalil Mack was on Oakland. Same thing. I think it was one pressure, no sacks.
Yeah.
So maybe James is a little above average, or he just matches up against Khalil Mack very well.
Maybe he just matches up well. Yeah, and also a huge game by our tight ends. AJ Derby, Gesicki, Nick O'Leary. Guys, I said they were going to have a huge game as far as blocking, helping chip away at those defensive ends and all of the pass rush that came in. I said it in my game, the preview game. Go back and watch that game. Go back and watch that video. I literally said Nick O'Leary could have. We upgraded him from the practice squad, and I said he's going to have a huge game. He's going to be a big impact player because we're going to need guys in there because Nick O'Leary can block. He's a really good blocker. He even scored a touchdown for us.
He scored a touchdown. He had how many catches? Let's see.
I think he had 2.
I remember 2. No, 4 for 4. Targeted 4, caught 4.
49 yards and a touchdown.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
hey, shout out to Amendola. Pretty big impact. Targeted 11 times, caught 8.
Yeah.
Only 55 yards. Albert Wilson with all those long runs, 155 yards.
Yeah. And then on Chicago's side, I said it in the beginning too. Also, Cohen. Cohen was a mismatch for us the entire game.
God.
There was nothing we could do against that guy. I mean,
Cohen had 9 targets, 7 catches for 90 yards. That's just the receiving side. Running, what did Cohen have? 5 for 31 and 1 TD. So he had, 121 yards.
Yeah, I mean, out of the
total
backfield,
offense.
we couldn't stop him. We had no response for him. He was a mismatch against us all game. I think he had 2 touchdowns.
On a side note, what's up with this Jordan Howard? He's supposed to be a
sucks.
stud.
I've been saying it forever.
14 carries, 69 yards. Most of the times he was. Most of the time he was stopped right at the line, a couple of yards.
Jordan Howard sucks. I've been saying it from the beginning. He's not a good running back. Cohen's better than him. The only reason why Cohen doesn't start and he can't play every game is because he's too small. He would get beat up. He's a scat back. He's in there in situational plays. He can't carry the load. That's the only reason why they played Howard.
Well, and I got to give credit to Trubisky because
he was a stud.
He's not a runner, but he can run, and he ran.
He was looking like Russell Wilson out there.
Super effective. When everybody was covered, he ran, and in the first half he was pressured and sacked multiple times.
No, we were getting great pressure in the first half, and then the Chicago Bears had great halftime adjustments, and then Mitchell Trubisky.
He started running, and all of a sudden there was no pressure on him.
And he never took hits. Every time he ran, he scrambled and he slid, and he never took hits.
Right.
Which was huge for him. Yeah, guys, great overall team effort, great team win. What a gutsy game call. Guys, like I was saying, I sound like a broken record at this point. There's no excuses. You go out there and you win as a team and you lose as a team. Like I said earlier this week, we went out there. There were some ups. There were some downs. There were huge momentum swings. Things going wrong. Things going right. Kenyon Drake fumbled the game-winning touchdown into the end zone. We could have gave up on the game at that point. There were so many times, like when Mitchell Trubisky threw that touchdown, that could have been the game winner, but then we came down and we scored a touchdown before to put it into overtime. Again, there were so many times we could have just packed up the game. All right, this is over. We lost, but no, we kept fighting. You got to keep fighting, even when bad calls don't go your way. A la when Drake got tripped up on that offensive pass interference. We could have gotten a field goal that wouldn't even allowed us to go into overtime. Again, these calls happen. They're inevitable. They're gonna happen.
You have to overcome it.
You have to move on. It is what it is. If it's a bad call, so what? Next play mentality, next man up mentality, and that's what we showed. We finally showed character. We showed poise. We played well under pressure situations. Great job by Gase. Great job by Osweiler. Great job by our entire team, honestly.
So this year we appear to be very streaky. 1-3, lost 2.
Now 1-1.
Well, no, we're going to win 3 again. You got to follow the pattern.
Yeah.
We'll be 6-2 in a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
And most of all, we are still in first place in our division right now.
Yeah.
4-2,
guys. 4-2.
I'm becoming a Chiefs fan for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, they're playing Patriots tonight.
Let's go Chiefs. Guys, if the Chiefs beat the Patriots, fins up. We are number 1 in the AFC East
we'll be
again.
4-2. Pats will be 3-3. If Pats win, at least we're tied. I know they have the head-to-head, but we get them again down here later.
Which we typically win that game.
We do. We match up against the Pats pretty decently when we're all.
Yeah. All right, guys. That is the video. I didn't mention.
Woohoo!
This is my dad. We didn't say that at the beginning of the video, but that's my dad. All right, guys. That is the video. As always, drop a like if you like. Hey, drop a like for Fins Up.
Woo-hoo.
Drop a like for the Dolphins. Drop a like because we won. Comment down below, what was the play of the game? What was the one play of the game?
So many of them.
Comment down below, what was your play of the game? What do you think was the best play of the game?
Albert Wilson's plays, the turnovers.
Everything. There were so many.
The field goal at the end to win the game.
There were so many. And guys, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We post daily sports videos every single day of the week. And shout out to all the Bears fans. Great game. Great effort. I mean,
I think you guys have a good team. You've been improving every year over the last few years.
It's not like we went out there and crushed you guys.
No.
We kicked the field goal the last second.
Could have went either way.
Yeah. So great game to you guys. Respect. Hard fought game. Fins up. We got it, guys. Miami Dolphins. 4-2. Number 1 in the AFC East. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. As always, fins up. Adios. See ya.